This is literally my favorite part of the con.
Really?
Like, I hate posing for pictures. I like talking to people who watch too much TV like me.
And that's all of us.
What's on your DVR right now?
Oh, my DVR, Jesus. I'm rewatching Friday Night Lights because it was so good.
Yeah.
So good. And I'm rewatching Party Down. I really liked Russian Doll. I was surprised. Everyone liked it. I'm trying to think of what else we've been talking about. And Emma Lahana just turned me on to Larry David's daughter's webcast.
You should
web
watch
series.
COA. I'm pitching that right now.
Really?
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So interesting.
You watch
Okay.
Love, Death, and Robots. That's a good one. Too.
Is that good? Okay, I
Every
haven't seen
episode's
that.
different. You can watch the whole thing in like 2 hours.
Great. Thank you guys. Good interview.
I'm gonna go watch some TV.
I'm gonna go watch
Okay.
some stuff, man.
Okay, so what can you tell us about season 2 that will get us super excited coming out of season 1?
I think if season 1 was the call to action, this is the baptism of fire. This is Tandy and Tyrone. Now that we've decided to be heroes, they start to have a debate about what kind of heroes they're going to be. And before they finish their first sentence, someone starts murdering people and they get thrown right into it. So that's season 2.
How did the success of season 1 and the way the fans responded to season 1 influence how you approach season 2?
It was a little freeing. I mean, as the writers, you're always apprehensive, like, will they get this? Will the actors be able to pull this off? And the two things we learned is we have the smartest fans in the world. All these things we thought we were hiding and that nobody would get, like 15 people on Twitter the second after you recognize it. And then the other thing, which was just a writer's dream, is how talented our actors were. You know, we cast Olivia and Aubrey. We knew they were really good. We knew they were beautiful. But every time we throw them into something, I keep going back to that phone call at the end of episode 107. It's literally two kids talking, and I cry almost. It's about how she needs a friend and how they both understand each other. And I think that was the moment for me where I'm like, we just need to throw them more emotion at them, throw more things at them. We asked Olivia to pretty much become a ballerina in about a month and a half. And she trained, and she did an amazing job. We asked Emma to be a martial artist, which is funny because Emma is a ballerina, and Olivia was on Kicking It, so it just makes me seem mean. But
Just expanding their portfolio.
right, exactly. But I mean, I think in season 2, when you know, like my running joke is Olivia Holt can do anything. She can't. We just throw stuff at her. Aubrey did so many of his own stunts. Had to go to some really interesting places about his identity, and I think they just always rise to the occasion. So it's so much fun.
Speaking of fun, how great has it been to actually bring Mayhem out this season?
It is the best. I've always been a Mayhem fan, and I remember when we looked at Cloak and Dagger, I'm like, this is a little bit of gold if we get to do a second season. The opportunity to have an ally in season 1 turn into... I'm hesitant to say the word villain because when you see what she does, you'll probably be on her side the way we were until you realize how extreme she is. But it's a gift from the gods of Mansell and Hannigan, I guess. It's just like, it's an amazing character. And then when you cast someone like Emma, you just want to throw more scenes at her and give her more to do, and this is a great opportunity to do that.
Okay. When you think about standalone episodes versus series arc episodes, do you lean into the arc or do you kind of like pepper? Because I would say that the last season, the episode on the it was like a tanker ship or wherever that was by the oil rig, right?
Yep.
By far my favorite episode.
Right. Yep.
And it felt a little standalone-ish,
Yeah.
but it had so many elements of it that just blew my mind.
It's funny, we tried very hard. One of the things this season, particularly because you have the training wheels off, you're not doing the origin story. It was we wanted every episode to have its own identity exactly like that. Like my favorite's episode 8, just because it's so encapsulated. Like they both get their revenge. It's a little more typical, but when you watch this season, once we get into 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 6, 7, 8 are as unique an episode as a television show's ever had, and having them in a row and still building off each other is going to be so interesting. Episode 6, to spoil it, has I think 12 versions of the same song as one of our characters goes through 3 versions of their life, and it's really it reminds me of 7, and then we follow it up with episode 7, which is even a little crazier. So you're gonna have a good year.
I like it.
How's the family dynamic going to evolve this season for both Ty and Tandy?
I think the fun part of it is, we spent all of season 1 with Tyrone kind of trying to get out from under his family. He'd yell about being smothered. He'd be in this gilded cage. And now he has beware of what you wish for, because all of that's been taken away. And he's going to realize, like, maybe I needed my mom to do this. Maybe I needed my dad for this. And he gets a little bit lonely. And then Tandy gets the opposite. She's been cynical, living by herself. But when she learns her mom was kind of heroic in protecting her, she has her back. And it's interesting, Tandy trying to be the good daughter, which is the opposite of last year. And she's going to have varying success because she's Tandy.